Joining me now to discuss is Utah Congressman Burgess Owens. A happy Independence Day to you, Congressman. Here we have a White House and Democrat Party that are chanting the slogan, "Vote for us and keep a felon out of the White House," referencing these fraudulent charges against President Trump and the verdict that is extremely likely to be overturned in a fair court. But while Democrats feign outrage over a fake felon, the White House welcomes a real felon who committed real crimes into the White House. Hypocrisy is the Democrat way, we know that. And what about the real-world national security threat posed by a guy like Hunter Biden?
Well, first of all, Chris, that was a remarkable monologue, my friend. It really comes down to one simple thing about our great nation. We start off with the most powerful three words in the history of mankind, which is "we the people," and the concept that we can become a more perfect union. That is why I continue to have the faith in our nation, even though we see these attacks from within. And you're right. This is it's amazing to me what we're looking at when we see within our nation, within the most powerful offices in our nation, where people do not care about our country. And it's been an interesting process to see the panic that's going on with the Democratic Party. And it's not because of the issues you're talking about. It's not because of the hundreds of thousands of Americans who died from fentanyl, or the inflation, or the sex trafficking and child trafficking with these 85,000 kids being lost by the administration. It's because they finally are seeing that American people are awake. We're finally seeing what they're all about. They cannot hide any longer. So it's not that they're upset that this president cannot function. They're upset because we finally see it, and they're in the process of possibly losing their power. And that's the most important thing for these Marxists that they'll ever see, is keeping their power to make sure they keep control of American people. And we're not going to allow for it.
Right, that's right. If you want to ruin a Marxist day and then take away their power, I'm going to set up a contrast for you. Another aspect of our compromised national security, new reports revealing that there's a new Cuba spy base near a U.S. Florida base. They're believed to be aiding communist China. One congressman says there's no doubt China has a big hand in the construction and operation of this base. Just as Obama did, the Biden regime, staffed with a whole bunch of Obamaites, are allowing direct threats to gather against our people. In contrast, here's your colleague, Congressman Wesley Hunt, recounting a story of President Trump's unapologetic strength when it comes to protecting Americans. Watch.
And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him.
Yes.
Tell him what I said. Tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
Sure did.
Do you know for 18 months not a single American was killed in Afghanistan?
Sure did.
That's the definition of strength.
Yes, Congressman, after Joe Biden, his terrible display in the debate, many worry that our nation is vulnerable as the country is being run by nameless, faceless, and clueless Marxists and not Joe Biden. Isn't that a valid concern?
Oh, there's no question it's a valid concern. We as a country, that's what a democracy, a republic is all about. We vet our leaders. We choose our leaders based on their strength, their vision, their ability to bring us together. And what we have right now is total weakness. And I'll tell you something about evil. Evil loves to see weakness. We all know what it is to run into a bully. Until you hit a bully back, they're going to continue to bully. And that's what's going on in our country right now. We're probably at the weakest point, not only because of the reckless decisions and policies, but our enemies understand we have no leadership here. We're being run by reckless, cowardly staffers. People who run behind this president who have no idea who they are, but they are not running. They're not putting policies in place for our country's best interests. And that's you can see at the border, inflation, everything you look at, we're heading in the wrong direction because of the kind of folks that are leading our country. It's not President Biden.